Hello everyone, isang magandang araw sa inyong lahat. And for this video presentation, we will talk about analyzing case study and writing case study analysis. Maybe you are wondering kung bakit ito ang inuna kong i-discuss sa inyo. This is because everything that we will talk on the strategic management course will be boiled down to main output of outcomes rather, kung bakit natin pinag-aaralan ng strategic management. And that is para matutunan natin kung paano magkaroon ng strategic plan for the organization through the use of case analysis. In short, ang case study analysis ay ang major tool na ginagamit natin when we are strategizing for the organization. So case study analysis is not just an easy task because it requires an in-depth study of the organization's environment and different factors and aspects of the problems being encountered by the firm or by the business organization. Therefore, I am expecting you to pay your attention as we are discussing this important topic. Before we proceed to the main topic, here are the learning outcomes. So after the end of this lesson, you will be able to demonstrate awareness about basic concepts of the case study. You will understand the different areas of case study. You will also analyze the business cases, and of course, you can be able to write an effective case study analysis. Now, ano nga ba ang case study? So, a case study is subcategory of research design which investigates problems and offers solutions. And case study can range from academic research studies to corporate promotional tools using or trying to sell an idea, and their scope is quite vast. Gusto kong i-highlight yung salitang subcategory of research design. It means na ang case study ay isa sa mga maraming design ng research, but the main difference between the case study and other research design is that case studies involve a lot of storytelling. They usually examine particular cases for a person or a group of people. This method of research is very helpful, and it is very practical and can give a lot of hands-on information. So let's say for instance, kapag nag-analyze ka ng cases, makikita mo sa mga case na ang daming mga persons involved at lahat sila ay may kanya-kanyang mga istorya. It means bawat taong involved sa case ay may kanya-kanyang idea na posibleng maging factor or contribution sa hinahanap nating sagot para sa problema ng isang organization. So para mabigyan ko kayo ng glimpse or snapshot about the concept of case study, please take a look of the following rough formula. Okay, so that's it. This rough formula for your case study will definitely give us an idea kung paano nga ba nagmamaterialize ang isang case study. The formula shows from the beginning of the process up to the last part. So in short, magsisimula ang case analysis sa identification of the problem, then the evaluation of the solution or alternatives, and once evaluated, the next area is the results, wherein the responsible person will recommend alternatives that might possibly solve the problems, and it would be the end of or it will be ended to conclusion. But later on, I will show you the another template or format which we will be using for our case study analysis. For now, let me present to you the different types of case studies. Again, the purpose of case study is to provide a detailed reports on an event, an institution, a place, a person, or pretty much anything. So there are few common types of case study, but the types depends on the topic. So the following are the most common domains where case studies are needed. Again, before tayo mag-proceed doon, uulitin ko that the types of case study na gagamitin ay nakadepende sa kung ano ang topic or ang main focus or even the purpose of the said cases. So we have historical case studies. Historical events have a multitude or mass of source information offering different perspectives. There are always modern parallels where these perspectives can be applied compared, and thoroughly analyzed. Another one is the problem-oriented case studies, and these are usually used for solving problems. These are often assigned as theoretical situations where you need to immerse yourself in the situation to examine it. Example, as an entrepreneur, naka-experience ka ng different flaws sa produktong ino-offer mo sa market. And because of these errors, your sales got fluctuated. Which is ayaw nating mangyari sa ating negosyo kasi baka nga tuluyang magsara yung negosyo natin kapag nagtuloy-tuloy yung problema. And with that, you want to study the issue in detail and provide solutions. So on the greater scale, problem-oriented case studies are a vital part of relevant socioeconomic discussions kasi nga aaralin mo dito yung internal and external environment and different factors na nakakaapekto doon sa negosyo mo. Okay, so the next one is the cumulative case studies. It collect information and offer comparison. In business, case studies are often used to tell people about the value of the product. Critical case studies are the other type of a case study where it explores the causes and effects of a certain case. Illustrative case studies is the another type na nagde-describe sa isang certain events, investigating outcomes and lessons learned. So kung mapapansin nyo, nag-focus ako sa pangalawang type of case study which is yung problem oriented case studies dahil ito yung ating gagamitin. So let us now move sa definition ng case studies analysis. Case study analysis is an integral part, of course, in strategic management. And the purpose of case study is to provide students with experience of strategic management problems that actual organizations face. A case study presents an account of what happened to a business or industry over a number of years. So may tendency na sa pag-analyze natin ng mga cases, we could encounter important dates na posibleng may relationship sa kinakaharap na problema ng isang organization. And remember that case study analysis is a process of identification of the organization's problem, evaluation of the organization's environment, analysis of the alternative solutions, and of course, providing of the best alternative as possible solutions to the organization's problem. Based on the book written by Charles W. Hill and Garrett R. Jones entitled Essential of Strategic Management, they mention that the detailed analysis of the case study include eight major areas. So we have this history, development, and growth of the company over time, the identification of the company's internal strengths and weaknesses, the nature of the external environment surrounding the company, the SWOT analysis, the kind of corporate level strategy that the company is pursuing, the nature of the company's business level strategy, the company's structure and control systems, and how they match its strategy, and of course, the recommendation. So why I am presenting these major areas of the case study? This is because these areas will be the highlight of the case study. Ito yung mga mahalagang laman ng case studies. So kinakailangan nating malaman ang performance ng business. Kamusta ba ang internal and external environment ng isang negosyo? So ano ba ang kailangang na nag-exist na strategies? May mga kulang ba sa mga implementing business level and corporate level strategies ng isang negosyo? So by the way, about the business jargons, you will be exposed sa mga yan kapag pinag-aralan na natin yung content ng strategic management. Now, after presenting to you the different major areas of the case study, let's see naman kung ano ba yung typical na laman ng ating mga study. So kung kumbaga ba ay ito ay mas simplified na format ng case study na gagamitin natin. When you will start to analyze the business cases, I want to see these major areas sa content ng inyong analysis. These are the following. So, the title of the case and the viewpoint, statement of the problems, statement of the objectives, areas of considerations, alternative course of actions, conclusion, recommendations, and of course, the action plan. So, let us explore this area one by one. Unahin natin ang title of the case and the viewpoint. As far as the title of the case is concerned, you should have the main idea of the case. So, kailangan sa title ng case ay makikita na natin agad ang main points ng study. Take a look of the given example. So, it says, reclaiming the identity of a brand, Levi's case study. So, kung mapapansin mo yung yung given title as our example, mapapansin mo na kahit hindi mo tingnan yung case, you will be having an idea kung about saan ang nagiging takbo ng study. So pertaining to the viewpoint, it refers to any decision maker or person who is in the position to make the final recommendations as mentioned in the case. This time, ilalagay mo yung sarili mo sa point of view ng top executive na nasa case who will be responsible for recommending the best alternatives to solve the problems of the organization. The next content is the statement of the problem. It is used in case as a claim that outlines the problem addressed by a study. The statement of the problem briefly addresses the question, what is the problem that the study will address? To make an appropriate case analysis, first you should mark the important problems that are happening in the organization. There are maybe multiple problems that can be faced by the organization. And secondly, after identifying the problems in the company, identify the most concerned and important problems that needed to be focused. The introduction is written. After having a clear idea of what is defined in the case, we deliver it to the reader. It is better to start the introduction from the historical or social context. So the challenging diagnosis for statement of the problem and the management of information is needed to be provided. However, introduction should not be longer than 6 to 7 lines in a paragraph. So ganun siya isinusulat. As the most important objective is to convey the most important message for the reader. Then after the introduction, problem statement is defined. In the problem statement, the company's most important problem and constraints to solve this problem should be defined clearly. However, the problem should be concisely defined in no more than a paragraph. So after defining the problems and constraints, analysis of the case study is begin. Objective statement is a short statement which describes precisely what you are looking for or what you want. A statement of objectives describe concisely what the case study is trying to achieve. It summarizes the accomplishment proponent of the case desires to achieve. A statement of objective must be achievable so it can provides direction to the study. Remember, the acronym is SMART, which stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound, that the statement of objective should be. Hindi kayo pwede na mag-specify ng objectives na hindi natin kayang i-measure or i-attain. Then once that the objective was clearly stated, you may proceed na sa susunod na process, which is the analysis of the areas of considerations. Dito sa areas of consideration, you need to analyze the internal and external environment of business. Take note na kapag ang pinag-aaralan natin ay ang internal environment of business, we are analyzing the strengths and weaknesses of the company. At kapag naman ang ina-analyze natin ay ang external environment, we need to analyze the opportunities and threats na mayroon ng isang business. A piece of review lang, ano-ano nga ba ang mga kabilang sa internal at external environment. Remember that internal environment is the part of business environment which is concerned with different factors present within the organization. Again, present within the organization. It comprises of conditions, forces, members, and events which has the capability to influence the company's decision and operations. Example niyan is yung value system, mission, vision, and objectives, management structure, human resource, and even tangible and intangible assets. Kapag sinabi naman nating in external environment, it comprises of all the extrinsic factors, influences, events, entities, and conditions, and often existing outside the company's boundaries, but they have a significant influence on the operation, performance, profitability, and survival of the business enterprise. Eto na yung may kinalaman sa economic factors, political, legal, technological factors, socio-cultural, or demographics, and even the global factors. So in this area, we will conduct the well-known SWOT analysis. Now, paano nga ba natin ina-analyze yan? So I will give you some of the important key points about SWOT analysis. So moreover about the SWOT analysis, paano nga ba natin gagawin ng maayos ang analysis ng ating strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So kapag i-analyze natin ang strengths ng company, pwede nating tignan ang advantages of the organization, activities of the company, better than competitors, unique resources, and low-cost resources a company have, yung activities and resources market sees as the company's strength, and yung ating unique selling proposition. And kapag naman ang weaknesses ang ating i-analyze, pwede nating tignan ang improvement that could be done, activities that can be avoided for statement of problems, activities that can be determined as your weakness in the market, factors that can reduce the sales, and the competitors' activities that can be seen as your weakness. Looking forward about the opportunities naman, pwede nating i-consider yung mga good opportunities that can be spotted, interesting trends of industry, opportunities for statement of problems, and ma-obtain natin yan sa tulong ng mga sumusunod. So, pwedeng change in technology and market strategies, government policy changes that is related to the company's field, changes in social patterns and lifestyle, local events, and kapag naman threats, pwede nating tignan at i-consider yung companies facing obstacles, activities of competitors, products and services, quality standards, threat from changing technologies, financial or cash flow state problems, and of course, the weaknesses that threaten the business. So, ito yung mga pwede nating i-consider kapag gumagawa tayo ng SWOT analysis. Next process is the alternative course of action. After natin ma-identify yung strengths, weaknesses, and threats, opportunities and threats ng isang company, we will start evaluating different alternatives. Sabi nga natin, it is very important to select the alternatives and then evaluate the best one as the company have limited choices and constraints. So, paano naman natin mapipili ang best alternatives? So, we will create the matrix ng advantages and disadvantages of all the alternative, and then yung kung ano yung alternatives na may pinakamaraming benefits sa company at kung ano yung may pinakakonting disadvantages, yun yung alternatives na pwede nating i-recommend for action planning. Here are some of the criteria na kadalasan naman natin kino-consider when we are doing an analysis of the alternative courses of action. So we have improved profitability. Number 2 is the increased sales, market share, and return on investment. Next is brand image, customer satisfaction, corporate mission, vision, and strategy, and resources and capabilities. Then, once the process of evaluating the alternative course of action was done, the company analyst should conclude, recommend, and create the necessary action plan for the implementation of the business organization. Remember that from the analysis of the organization's internal and external environment, the conclusion will be drawn. So, then from the conclusion naman, the recommendation will be done, and from the recommended alternative course of action, the action plan should be developed to achieve the stated objectives. So these are the relevant content of the case study analysis. Now, do you have any questions? If you have clarifications or questions, you may send your concerns to our official group chat or Facebook Social Learning Unit. Thank you everyone and God bless you all. By the way, can you please comment your major takeaway about this video presentation? Thank you.